This episode of the Star Wars Battlefront podcast is brought to you by our patrons on Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/battlefrontpodcast to help support this show. We're also brought to you by our PayPal supporters, paypal.me/tie-dye-sheep, TYEDYESHEEP.
Pick your class and
learn your battle points.
Because it's time for the Star Wars Battlefront podcast. Welcome to episode 143 of the Star Wars Battlefront podcast. I'm your host, Sage Goodwin, joined by friend of the podcast, Preston Russell.
Hey, how's it going?
In this episode, we'll be going over the community transmission around the Hero Starfighters update.
Let's get started.
The July update is here. It has come out by the time this episode is out. Here is all that has been added and changed for the DLC really fast. For those of you who haven't listened to the latest episode of the podcast, so the roadmap, July, which I suspected to be quickly brought because it had the most details. But August we'll be getting appearances for the clone troopers, so pretty cool stuff there. Probably like different squadrons of the clone trooper era skins for the classes that we have already. We'll get emotes and victory poses available to unlock with credits. And the fall, we'll be getting Obi-Wan and Grievous, as well as the new large-scale mode, getting new appearances and game improvements for the squad system. Then in the winter, we'll be getting Anakin Skywalker, Count Dooku, Geonosis, and then more appearances. And that is...
Dang, that's a lot.
Yeah. It's basically... The roadmap was basically everything at EA Play, but all of the Clone Wars content is separated from into fall and winter instead of what we thought was going to be just the one release.
Okay, so they split it up.
Yeah. So we're only going to be getting 2 heroes for the first part of the season and then 2 heroes in the second part, which will be in winter. That's the plan.
Did you read off what the breakup was of which hero villain and which hero villain? I might have missed it.
Yeah, so fall we'll be getting Obi-Wan and Grievous.
Okay.
And then the winter, Anakin and Dooku. Yes.
Okay. And I wager we're probably going to get multiple maps on Geonosis, wouldn't you think?
I would hope so. I know Geonosis will be the biggest map that we've gotten. And I think that they would be able to separate those like they did with Crate and make smaller maps out of that.
I mean, Geonosis is quite the large place as far as, obviously all the planets are big, but as far as like movie content, even though it's really only in the one movie, you have
definitely
multiple places. You've got the open plains from the end of Attack of the Clones where they're just kind of marching all the Federation ships as they're going back into orbit. You've got the palace and like the catacombs and caverns of the like hive of the Geonosians where Obi-Wan's creeping on Dooku and the Separatist leaders and spying on them. And you got the droid factory, which would be a really cool map.
Oh my gosh, the droid factory.
Oh, jetpack cargo.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped by that. They got to have the arena, surely. I mean, you have to. It's a classic, iconic piece of Star Wars, no matter what you think of Attack of the Clones or the prequels as a whole. Heroes versus villains or hero showdown in the arena would be pretty cool.
It would be. Did you ever play the Lego Star Wars game?
Yeah.
Do you remember the arena part of the game where it was just an army of Jedi fighting the droids?
Mm-hmm.
What I think would be cool is like if we kind of bring back the OG heroes versus villains, where you have like, or maybe even Hero Hunt. I think that would be a pretty sweet map for that.
Yeah, that'd be a cool map to have the really, really OG being 2005 Star Wars Battlefront 2 and have Assault.
Yes.
The one that included all the heroes and villains where you could have like Dooku, Jango Fett, and Boba Fett, and Grievous, and Palpatine, and Anakin, and Vader, like all running around at one time.
Yes, with multiple.
All those different heroes. Like 3 General Grievouses. Like fighting Chewbacca.
Yes.
Something stupid. All of them at once in the arena. It'd be pretty cool.
Everybody just plays Grievous.
Would it be ridiculous? Absolutely. Would it be worth it? Absolutely.
Yes.
Got to have it.
General Kenobi, you are a bold one.
If that's not one of his emotes, I swear to God.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Hello there, better be.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there and General Kenobi. If those aren't, I know that was probably the worst General Grievous impression any human being has ever done or attempted.
I don't know. Mine was pretty bad. Mine sounded like Dexter from the Star Wars.
Yeah. from the campaign.
Yeah.
These here's from them cloners.
Yes. Oh, I hate that movie.
Oh, hashtag bring in Dexter Jetster.
Oh my gosh.
Start the campaign now. If Sam doesn't jump on the train, he's dead to me. Look.
Then I don't like him.
It's bad enough that he doesn't like me and he admitted it on the podcast, on air. That's bad enough, but I sort of forgave that when he fully supported me on that hashtag Make Boba Great Again campaign, and he became my vice president of that campaign. I'm starting a new one, and if he doesn't support me, he's dead to me.
Jar Jar and Dexter? Ooh.
No, maybe not Jar Jar. I gotta draw the line somewhere. I have standards.
Darth
Not good
Jar
ones.
Jar.
I have standards.
Oh.
They're fairly low, but they do exist.
Jar Jar's just too bad.
Pass. No comment.
No, what you do with Jar Jar is you don't give him any weapons or any abilities. He just
runs around flailing, and like when his tongue gets shocked in Phantom Menace.
He just has a crap ton of health.
The pod racer desperately trying to get the wrench out.
Yes.
And his hand is stuck. He's just flailing around like that the whole time.
He's a human shield. That's what he will be.
Even better, you can kill him in one hit, but it's like impossible to catch him because he just runs, and his hitbox is like so small, and he's moving all the time. It's like impossible to kill.
Everyone's constantly going for him because he's Jar Jar.
It's true. I mean, not a bad technique if you're someone. Pick Jar Jar and run away.
Yes.
Run away from the objective because everyone's going to chase you because they hate you.
Yes.
It's not bad. We may be onto something here.
The terrible character season 4.
Oh yeah, terrible characters. It can be Jar Jar Binks and Ahsoka.
Oh, burn.
That's all I'll say on that.
No comment.
Yeah, I don't have to comment because I know there's other people that'll comment.
Drop the mic.
This is not an episode to drop my Twitter handle at the
end. You won't find me anywhere.
I mean, I don't know. Between YouTube and Twitter, surely collectively it's the no greater hive of scum and villainy.
Mm-hmm. I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
I'm going to have the death sentence on 3 different social media platforms. Top that, kid.
Okay, now let's get on to the incoming transmission. Ben Walker's been killing it with the communication for the game.
Soon. In the coming days.
Yes, soon. Did you see that he bought one of Elliot's shirt? This is just soon. A development company.
Yeah, soon a developer story. Or
yeah, something like that.
That's good. Soon. In the coming days.
Yes.
Maybe.
Coming out of EA Play, we were totally blown away by the sheer volume and positive comments in response to the announcement of more Clone Wars era content. They were blown away by the most requested content.
Yeah, I have a hard time accepting that little spiel there. I'm sure that's probably just there to be wordy and to make people be like, "Oh, look, we're praising the fans."
Mm-hmm.
But I know that's kind of just corporate lingo saying, "Oh, we were blown away by the blah blah blah." But if you are blown away by stuff that's been the most requested since your first game almost 4 years ago, maybe you're not paying attention very well.
Yeah. Moving on from that, thank you for making EA Play one of the team's most memorable to date. Before we jumped into new things, we wanted to take the time to address a topic that came up after the new hero announcements at EA Play. As you know, heroes will cost credits. With our progression update in March, we unlocked all available heroes and hero ships for all players at that time. However, new heroes and hero ships added since then will be unlocked with credits. We're currently establishing the cost of new heroes, but we can confirm that they will cost no more than a legendary appearance. The legendary appearance cost is the uppermost ceiling in terms of pricing, and we expect new heroes to come in under this. We can't wait for you to join, or we can't wait for you to be able to play with the new heroes. We will share more details as updates are made. Now on to all of the great new content released today as part of our July update. So this was a big thing regarding the heroes. My suggestion was to, if that was when I thought they were all four going to come out at the same time, was to have 2 free and then 2 paid for, or have them earned and not bought. That was my suggestion. But now, since they're both going to be separate, you're going to be buying them and they will be up to or under 80,000.
I was going to say legendary is the 80,000 credit mark, I believe, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's not really that bad. Frankly, at this point, when there's not that much stuff to spend credits on right now, other than, there's appearances and stuff. But frankly, if you don't have, if you're playing with any decent amount of time in the game and you can't seem to get the credits to buy the heroes.
Yeah.
If they're all four priced at 80, that's one thing. But since they're saying they expect that, they expect new heroes to come in under this, I'm going to guess they're going to be 60,000 credits.
Yeah, I think that would be
60 or 65, I think, is probably where they'll be. And frankly, that's probably fair at how much you earn credits. I mean, I've got like 220,000 sitting in my bank, haven't spent. Just been piling them up. I've been wanting to buy, I could buy appearances and stuff, but I was like, I'm just going to keep holding these and see how many I can get. I don't know if I'm ever going to actually need them other than buying appearances. I didn't know that this was going to be the case, but I'm glad I held those now that I have read this. But I mean, I'm sure you'll have plenty of people that'll still be, we shouldn't have to do anything to play as Obi-Wan. He's a classic, iconic character. Blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Another thing, let's see, Ben Walk said on Twitter regarding this, and I think this is a good way for them to kind of hedge their bet. So, hey, if you don't have credits because you just got in the game or something like that, they will be kicking off 2 double XP weekend events this month. So 2 double XP this month. So if you are at all interested in getting the new heroes, double XP, there is no reason not to start saving up. Because, we spent 80,000 on the Bouche Leia skin. Hopefully I'm... is that how you say that? Is that how...
The only time I've ever pronounced it, I said Bosch.
Bosch.
But I mean, I have no basis for that.
Yeah.
That's just the way I read the word, and that's the way I interpreted pronouncing it. I have no basis for that, no backup, no anything. I just saw it and said it that way.
Bounty Hunter Leia skin.
I am pretty sure that we're both wrong.
I'm quite certain. It's pronounced
They're probably
Barry.
both wrong.
But we bought that skin, wiped out our credits, and then played for 2 days straight, and we got quite a lot in just that amount of time. So if you play the game, you earn credits, like you said, very quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do nothing but play heroes versus villains, and I still have a really good credit earning rate.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember the last time. I played Extraction twice on Kessel, last week or something. But other than that, I pretty much only play heroes versus villains. That's what I live for.
Nice, yeah. I'm a fan of Hero Showdown if I'm playing with good people.
If me and you are on a team.
Yeah, exactly. If you are on my team, I like the game.
We were killing it that night.
Oh yeah. Did we even lose one, or was it just one?
Yeah, we had won 14 games straight, and then we lost the 15th one we played. We were 14-1.
Those gun heroes are really, really good to play on that game mode.
Big Lando.
Oh yeah,
especially with those new skins.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Hello, what have we here?
The white cape.
Yes.
It's quality.
Definitely. I play a lot of the other game modes. I jumped in a match of Jump Pack Cargo because that's back, and I forgot how fun that game mode is. Almost nicely.
It's good. It's not cargo.
No, it
I
isn't.
will say that.
It's a very different game.
I hopped on the original Battlefront, not the original people, the 2015 one. I hopped on that about 2 nights ago with 7 of my friends on Xbox. Everybody got in a party together. We all got on the original Battlefront. And we played a game of cargo. Private match. The memories.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. Making me tear up a little bit, missing it. Now, Jetpack Cargo is fun. It's a lot different to cargo. Like, literally the only similarity is that there's cargo.
Yeah. The original
gameplay does not feel the same at all because you got people just freaking flying around.
Yeah, it's constantly moving, while in cargo it's much more strategic.
There's like almost no strategy or stealth to Jump Pack Cargo. It's just fly really high and blow stuff up.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. But I've also been enjoying Extraction. Again, it's not the Extraction that we knew in Battlefront 2015, especially without the heroes.
Yeah, it's odd not having the like one hero thing where you were, every side was guaranteed to have those heroes. That's kind of odd not having that. And I thought the first couple times I played it, I got to a point where I was doing really well, and I was like, oh, I've got enough. I can be a hero. And I was like, oh, I can't be a hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of odd. I guess it's nice that you have the aerial and then forcers, though, because, it's not the worst thing in the world to be playing cargo and rolling as a death trooper.
It's very different. I think it's a really fun game mode, though. I really enjoy it. So the game mode that we'll be getting in July is the Hero Starfighter Assault. Much like Hero Showdown, or it's actually much more like the Battlefront 2015 Heroes versus Villains, where you have 4 heroes and 4 villains, and then you also have 4 just regular troopers and on both sides. This one, it is start of the round, each player will spawn as a hero ship. Once defeated, then you'll be able to respawn as many of the regular starfighters. So everyone starts out as a hero.
Oh, so it is classic heroes versus villains, basically.
Exactly.
In space. In space.
Heroes versus villains. In space. So I think this will be an interesting game mode. I really enjoy the Starfighter Assault when I can get into a game mode. The gameplay of the Starfighters is so satisfying.
I've not gotten into the Starfighters on this one at all. I think I played... is Starfighter Assault the regular one's called?
Yes.
I think I played it twice, and I didn't really take to it. It was all right. But I didn't like Starfighter. I didn't like the Starfighter gameplay that much in the first one either. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, or like bad about it. I just don't really like it that much. I'm here for heroes versus villains. That's pretty much all I'm here for.
Yeah.
Like I liked Galactic Assault, but I haven't touched Galactic Assault, and I don't even know how long.
Yeah, in Battlefront 2015, I was a big fan of Fighter Squadron.
All I did in Battlefront 2015 was play Cargo and Droid Run.
Rest in peace, Droid Run. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. friend. Yeah, so I'm sure it'll probably be cool. I'll give it a shot because it sounds pretty neat, and I would like to see all the different hero ships. But and it is cool to see them make a game mode dedicated to a specific group of the fandom.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the people that are good at Starfighter, they're good.
Yeah,
they're committed. Those people get on there and that's all they play, and they're really good at it. So I commend them, and it's good that they're making another game mode for those people, but I probably won't play very much.
One last thing I want to touch on for the Starfighter Assault. So it's best of 5, and the first team to win 3 rounds takes the overall victory, and the mode acts as a great way to level up your hero starfighters, which we know has been a hot topic amongst the community. To give you a head start, they'll also be running a couple of double experience weekends. The first, which starts July 6th.
I read a little ahead on the lightsaber combat segment.
Okay.
And this confuses me a little. So, has there been some sort of widespread issue where people were able to block indefinitely?
I think so.
I have experienced the exact opposite of that consistently, where the moment you get hit by someone, you're completely unable to block, like cannot lightsaber block whatsoever. Doesn't matter if you have full stamina. Doesn't matter if you like get damaged and you get away from them, but they hit you again on your way out. It's like the only way is to like run away and get space between you and a person, and then I'm able to lightsaber block again.
Yeah,
I've had it where someone starts hitting me, you just toast. You can't lightsaber block at all. It's kind of frustrating. Mm-hmm. That, and in the similar vein, if you notice, if you play as Boba Fett, if you try to like take off with his jetpack or fly, if someone even shoots near you, you're just done. You like fall out of the sky and you can't do anything. You can't reignite the jetpack or anything. You're just done.
The stuns on the heroes aggravate me. Especially, I've stopped playing the lightsaber heroes and villains unless I'm playing Hero Showdown where I'm forced to play them because of that. Like,
you almost have to stay at range from each other.
You have to, because
I almost exclusively will use Kylo Ren or Luke so I can either push or pull people and stay away from them or keep them where I can control the conflict, because otherwise you get hit a couple times, you're done.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the stun animations and the stunning in the game. As soon as you get close up with the lightsaber heroes, one person's going to hit the person first, and then that just is a downward spiral for the person who gets hit first. It's really annoying. That's something I really wish they would try and work on some more. I'm thinking a couple of them were having some issues, and they just decided to spread it out through the rest of the heroes. That's my guess.
I hope they look at the stun stuff at least a little bit.
Because that's been around since Battlefront 2015.
Yep, and I can't imagine. It doesn't seem to be as much of a plague as it was in that game.
Yeah.
It was awful in that game.
It was awful.
At times it made it unplayable, but it doesn't seem to be that level of annoyance. It's not quite the constant pestilence that was, but I can't imagine that it's not a widespread issue on this game, even if it's not as talked about as surely it is.
We'll see how that goes in the future. Something else that they added was a lightsaber ignition. A lot of fans were really questioning why that wasn't available.
That was odd, since it was in the old game.
Pressing
cool
up on the D-pad.
Yeah, I've tried to do that a bunch, and it just changes the view or does nothing. It's like, oh, okay.
So you'll be able to turn on and off your lightsaber. Just something that the community wanted.
I know it's a little, that's pretty cool though. That's a little, frankly, non-important feature, but they took the time to add it back in regardless of. It may have been a quick fix for them, but it also might not have been. It might have been fairly time consuming.
On that note, I would like to know, as just a player of the game and someone who covers it, what takes a lot of time and what doesn't, because I think that would really help us as a community kind of like gauge our reaction to things. Like, let us know what to expect by saying, hey, this was like a really rough thing to put into the game for these reasons.
Right, yeah, a little more transparency on, okay, if we're not doing this, is it just because we don't want to? Is it too time consuming, and is it not an efficient use of resources to dedicate time doing this? Like, I know surely if they don't have models or assets for something, I know that's a hard operation, like to try and build stuff in brand new and add something in with no even base for it. I'm sure that's stuff that they just don't want to get into doing because it's time consuming, but something like that, I don't know if that's a genuine difficult thing to add or if it's a fairly easy implementation.
We kind of got a little bit of hint of this. One of the developers, I think it was Guillaume, or it was either Guillaume or Ben, who said, was mentioning the creation of General Grievous and how that whole the gameplay style and the combat for him has been super hard to get.
Thing's been stupid because they have no reference point for that. I mean, you have plenty of, even though all of the lightsaber users effectively move differently, they have very different motions and movements and style to their combat, basically. They are similar. And they're still all, basically the same thing. Whereas him, I bet that's completely different. You got to sweep everything off the desk and start from nothing.
Yeah, I was expecting, right when we heard leaks and rumors, the the model for General Grievous has been in the game for a while, ever since Alpha, I
I
believe.
expected 2 arms, hardcore.
But
all
I
the
was
way.
expecting,
Just the 2.
yeah,
2
that's
lightsabers. But
exactly
still
what I was
just the 2.
expecting. Or
I'm surprised they did 4.
yeah, and maybe like I think at that time the closest I thought they were going to get to 4 arms was like an ability that just swung out with all of them. But going full 4 arms is definitely a challenge for them. So I'm glad that they actually took the hard road to bring that to the game. Now for the next little thing, this is just a small thing. Appearance swapping pre-round. The progression update arrived. One of the most requested bits of feedback that we've seen has been for the option to swap appearances pre-round. Coming in July, you'll be able to do just that. Heading to Endor but want to change out of your Hoth appearance for Leia? Consider it done.
Oh, that's cool. So I liked the changes they had made into the pre-round where you can equip and upgrade and change cards and stuff. That was cool.
Yes.
I don't know how we didn't have that from the start, honestly, with looking at it now. It's one of those things where when you have it, you're thinking of, when you don't have it, you're thinking about like, oh, this would be a cool feature to have. Now that we have it, it's like, how did we ever not have it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those things that makes sense. Moving on to Hero Showdown, they've made some quality of life changes to the game mode, starting with the implementation of a team health widget as a part of the user interface. Oh, thank goodness. You'll be able to see the health for all heroes within the game as well as the current score and time remaining. The spawn screen has been updated and will now display heroes slightly differently. When selecting the hero to play as, all available heroes will have fully colored portraits. We've also added text to prompt the winning team that they must choose new heroes.
That's pretty cool.
Those are actually really good changes.
Fair amount of changes, too.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the health widget, because that was something that I found really annoying, was I wasn't able to see even my just my teammates' health after I died, or
I mean, it'd be
vice
nice
versa.
to know during your round, if you and I are playing together and I've got 3 health and you have almost full health, it'd be nice for both of us to be able to see that.
Yeah, adjust accordingly. And now we can do that. So, really happy with that. Now on to limited time modes. A small change has been implemented onto the UI with the operations menu. All limited time events will now have their remaining duration displayed upon their tile within the game menu. Due to the popularity of Extraction, they've also decided to make this mode permanent for the foreseeable future, and I'm really happy with that. Finally, Yavin will be a new map added to the rotation for Jetpack Cargo. Ooh, I think
I'll tell
that's
you
a
about
good
Yavin map
fit.
I don't like, the Heroes vs. Villains one. I'm not overly fond of it. Like, it's an okay map, but I seem to get it in the rotation a lot.
They had to adjust it because so many people were getting that map, and not a whole lot of them actually enjoyed it. But a new map will be added for Jetpack Cargo, and that will be Yavin. So we'll see which one we get.
Oh, the I don't play Blast. I don't think I've ever played Blast. I don't play it at all. But that's an interesting update they did for that. Yeah, so Blast included in the next update is going to be a small change to Blast that will see the player count reduced from 20 to 16. This has been done for a variety of reasons. Most prominently is that we are preparing for the addition of the new squad system. Because the squad system works with teams of 4, it is important that the total player count accommodates this. So that way they can have, 4 squads roaming in a game at one time.
That's a really big change.
That's a good idea. That's probably Blast is probably a good reference point to trial the squad system into. I mean, I know they're probably implementing it. They're probably not trialing it. They're probably just putting it in full stop.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably a good measurement of it, with having basically both of your teams being comprised of 2 full squads.
It'll also make the game, I think, getting rid of that amount will actually move it down quite a bit. It only works teams of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16.
Yeah, 20, you'd have an odd number of squads. You'd have 5.
Okay, I see what's happening.
So you couldn't have... Yeah, they're doing it that way. You have 2 full squads making up the 2 teams on either side of the game.
Okay. Does
So
that
it's
mean...
2 teams of 8 with 2 squads. So 2 4-team squads making up each side. Or 4-member squads, not 4-team squads, my bad.
Yeah, and all of the detailed stuff will be in the description of this episode. So if you want the full breakdown, you can check it out in the description below. There's quite a lot of changes to the TIE Fighters preparing for the new mode. Crate is also back.
Are you looking at the patch notes?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing too.
Arcade mode has been changed for the Starfighter arcade.
Oh, cool. Did you see the one talking about in Strike? Completing the objective will be a little bit easier. The objective delivery zones will be visually represented in the game world.
Oh, that's a nice change.
That's a good change. I like that. Also, it's actually on the Xbox One. It says the ability to turn lightsabers on and off is going to be the Y button.
Why?
On the Xbox One, not the up and down button. Well, I guess they probably can't do any of the directional keys because they use those for emotes. Oh, cool. So redesigned the daily quest system to now give 3 per day instead of 1. So daily rewards have been reduced from 1,000 to 500. Hero changes. Fixed an issue on the PlayStation 4 where light side heroes could lose the functionality of their basic attacks if they were caught in a Vader and Palpatine ability chain. The Vader Palpatine ability chain, that sounds like the most incredible duo slam attack.
Unlimited
this
power.
world needs. Yeah, sounds like the tunnel of unlimited power. That's incredible. Vader chokes while Palpatine chain lightnings everyone that that's actually probably a pretty effective strategy. Never even thought about that. My favorite thing I can't focus on anything else when I'm Palpatine because I just do the spin. All the time.
Yeah. That wonderful sound.
Doing his screeching and spinning. Try spinning, that's a good trick. Little Anakin says as he sits on my shoulder. Fixed an issue where canceling a lightsaber combo would enable saber users to perform an additional hit on the enemy from any range. What? That's incredible. I've never seen that. Although, actually, now that I think about that, I took a clip on my Xbox. I'll try and find it and send it over to you the other day where I was running away as maybe Kylo Ren or Bosk, one of them, and I was really far away from Rey, who had been attacking me. I was on Theed. I'd gotten out through one of the doorways and was going up the stairwell. I was nowhere near her, and I suddenly fell over dead, and it said that she'd killed me with her lightsaber. And when it showed her outline in red, she's 1,000,000 feet away from me, downstairs and in another room. And it's how? What have you done? What witchcraft is this?
It's not a power the Jedi can learn.
Oh, here we go. Here's the individual fixes to heroes. So Emperor Palpatine, fixed and issue. I think you mean fixed an issue, but I'll let it pass. Fixed an issue where Emperor Palpatine's main lightning ability took too long to recharge. I have experienced that. Fixed issue with Palpatine's chain lightning not working on up-close targets.
I've experienced that.
Rey, fixed issues where Rey's dash strike ability was dealing multiple damage. What? She'd hit you once and you'd take damage 2 or 3 times? Chewbacca, fixed an issue where Chewbacca's charge slam could last indefinitely if the player rolled and fired at the same time while
Who found that?
How do you roll and fire while also doing the charge slam all at one time? That's incredible. I would like to see that. If someone has a video clip, hit me up with that. That's good. Bosk. Fixed an issue where Bosk's die access could damage players inside the AT. That's good. He's just gassing the whole thing.
Was that you, Bosk?
Such wonderful devices. He throws his die access grenade. Lando fixed an issue where the lip syncing for the interrupting emote was off on his new appearances. It's good to see that they've got their priorities straight.
Yes.
Guys, we've got to fix the lip sync for the emotes. Get it together.
We can't stand this.
Dennis is jumping up and down on the table in the office. Fix the emotes. The lip syncing is wrong. Fix it. I'm sure he's too kind for that, but that would be a funny visual. Really, anyone. I could see Paul doing it.
Yeah.
Man, he's got the Vestal Viking gamer tag. He's probably carrying a medieval battle axe and swinging it around the office, telling people to fix the emotes before he starts chopping stuff up.
Uh-huh.
Paul, if you're listening, you're the man. they made some changes to my Lord and Savior. Let me find what they were. Get Sam on here to listen to this. All right. Boba Fett fixed an issue on PC where the player got concussed by the grenade when the grenade was deployed within less than 20 meters. All right. I've not experienced that. Young Han Solo fixed an issue where the audio lines for young Han Solo's abilities, shoulder charge and sharpshooter, were mixed up. What? He's like talking about charging to people, and he's like standing a distance, just shooting.
I'm gonna charge right now. You better be prepared.
I'm coming. Really, I'm going to.
Yep. Just wait. Just wait.
Just keep on waiting. Why are you still back there, pal? What you doing?
All of the hero ships are.
Look into that. I got a bunch of changes on those. It's like the same change for every one of them, though.
Yeah, they're very
It's like
detailed.
increasing health, changing regen values.
If you're interested in all of the nitty-gritty details, you can go read this tantalizing bit of information.
Changing total values or something. It's like every day at work. Let me change the total health and regen value of the cell tower.
And then after all of those heroes, you've got the Y-Wing just standing
Yeah, at the very
alone.
bottom, down by itself. Han Solo's Millennium Falcon. Y-Wing.
Yes.
Oh, Galactic Assault. I just saw the top one. Crate map is back in Galactic Assault rotation after fixing issue with MVP screen. That's good because I still have yet to play the crate map, other than playing it in offline, the arcade. I played it in the arcade after you guys told me that it was available on there,
Mhm.
simply because I hadn't played it in multiplayer and I really wanted to.
I really like the map.
Oh, here we go. Heroes versus villains changes. I want to see these because these speak to me on a real level. Fixed an issue on PlayStation 4 where players were spawned with the wrong character during the round.
I've experienced that.
I think I have as well. That says on the PlayStation 4, but I'm pretty sure I've experienced that on the Xbox. Fixed an issue on the Xbox One that caused the title to remain in a hang state after the player was eliminated in the Roger Roger battle scenario and immediately respawned as the scenario reached 0 tickets and the EOR triggered.
I've experienced that as well, and I've experienced on the PlayStation. So
Yeah, I've had I've had weird stuff with like the text lingering around from like what I was saying, like the title and stuff. Like
yeah,
or like I had one where the player selection screen, the character selection screen, stayed
yes,
overlapping the gameplay screen, and it was really weird.
and it got rid of all the UI.
Yeah, like it was just showing me every one of the heroes. You know, they're selectable icons for them where you could pick them, but they're just like faded over the top of the screen, like they were in the distance or something. It was really weird.
Yeah,
I honestly, I was playing that late at night, and I thought I was just drunk, but it turns out it was a good game. It's good to know. It's good for my sanity.
don't mess with me, game.
Don't you do this to me.
Oh, Ewok Hunt, they fixed an issue where the defeat prompt would be triggered when reaching the shuttle while the overtime was less than 10 seconds away. Oh, hey, look, I made it to the ship. Victory. Oh, crap, no.
That timer is essentially pointless within that scenario.
Yeah. Castle is an arcade.
Oh, man. They caught me. The first fix on Takodana, do you see it?
Yeah. Fixed an issue where players were able to get on top of the Takodana map with Boba Fett. Boba Fett
Yeah.
maximum height issue fixed for Hero Showdown game
God
mode.
dang it. They found it. They found my exploitation and they fixed it. Patched it. It's a shame.
General changes, they added a countdown timer on the tiles for the limited time game modes. I'm really glad that they did that. They added progress bars on weapons and weapon mods. They changed the tiles on the home screen now indicate that the player has to do what the player has to do to complete a challenge. A couple other things. They've corrected the Orabesh quotes from the professional sportsman appearance. Could you imagine if that was your job?
I'm actually a Orabesh correction specialist. Thank you.
Yes.
How do you know that's not my job? I'm kidding. They did a lot. In
They
this
did.
one.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, I generally like to read through the patch notes, and I mean, very few of them are really small and don't have a lot done, but there's a lot of stuff they did. And there's a lot of like really specific targeted stuff they did.
And some of the known issues that they've had and they're working on in Strike, the objective delivery zones are not visually represented on the Death Star 2 map. And on the end of round screens, the sum of credits received doesn't include the credit bonus awarded to players for being on the winning team, but players do receive it. So just a couple of.
So they're just not seeing it.
Yeah,
they're still receiving it. It's just not being visually seen.
Yeah,
that's not as big of a deal. I mean, I guess they still want to fix it, but that's not the same as like if you're not receiving it, that's a problem.
They already went through that. But that's about it for the patch notes and this episode of the Star Wars Battlefront podcast. Staying up till 12:32 a.m. You're 2:33.
Yeah, 2:33 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's standard time for me. Usually I don't go to sleep till what, 3 or 4.
As always, it was great having you on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Blast every time.
A lot of fun. Most of the stuff that we talk about and laugh about and joke about before we even start recording is the best stuff.
Yeah.
And once again, for the third time in this podcast, for all of those German listeners out there, all of those, over 1,000 downloads in Germany?
Yes.
For all those downloads in Germany, I just want to say to all of you German listeners, from the bottom of my heart, du bist Brot. I love you all, and you are bread.
If you understand German or listen to the podcast in Germany, please reach out to us on Twitter at SWB Podcast or on email, battlefrontpodcast@gmail.com.
And actually, you can drop my my Twitter handle in the description there, because I would love for someone to come and interact with me on Twitter in German, because I speak fluent German and I very rarely get to use it. Someone please come at me in German.
Yes. That is your call to action.
Come and tell me I'm bread. Du bist Brot.